Royal Mansour is a really interesting project. We developed it for King Mohammed in Morocco, and he wanted to do a resort that was what they called Or class, which is above class. So there was no star rating or no anything that could compare to this. And so we got to study resorts around the world and come back with our suggestions about different schemes to do a hotel. And the scheme they chose is the one that we developed into what's now the Royal Mansour Hotel. Royal Mansour is located inside the old walls of the city of Marrakech. In fact, it shares the old wall, and it's developed on some gardens that were there, and it's right in the shadow of the Kutubia, which is one of the most prominent icons in the city. OBM was given the job of not just creating the concept, but also to be the design architects, and we took through into construction documents. To develop a project like this, it takes a good team, and OBM directed the team through the whole process. The hotel is really unique in that it was designed around the notion and the history of Morocco, where every hotel room was done as a riad. A riad is a home with a courtyard with a fountain. So every room in the hotel, which are only 53 of these rooms, and they're 1, 2, or 3 bedrooms, they're spread over 3 floors, and they have rooftop terraces and pools on the roof. So even though the number of rooms is not large, it is quite an exotic resort. The design of the hotel was based absolutely on the history of Morocco. The placement of the rooms recalls the old Medina, where the corridors and the walkways are all at different angles and provide different views. In fact, it's quite easy to get lost on the way to the room, which was part of the design. The public buildings are celebrated, which would have been like government buildings or things. So we put them together so it's really a small version of the old city. And so in that way it celebrates all the history of Marrakech. One of the most unique things of the project is, as it was developed for the king, it was really meant to be a showplace of all the arts and crafts that are still done and still developed in Morocco. So you really use it as a regional showpiece for things that are still done there. There's things like carved cedar wood and carved plaster, the zellage plaster techniques, and the tatalac. I mean, these things are all crafts that are hundreds of years old and still practiced today and utilized throughout the hotel. It's a very exclusive resort, but it is accessible. You're not denied to go there. Price makes it somewhat exclusive, but the experience of being there, I think, has proved to be, by review so far, that it's been worth the money.